YouTube. Hopefully this comes out better. I can't do the reverse mode for selfie or whatever the heck it is, but wanted to give you guys a heads up here. Having YouTube issues, having camera issues, batteries, that type of deal. So I got batteries on the way. Content should keep flowing after that stuff comes back in. Got a new project for the channel. Oh, they keep coming in, but I'll give you guys a peek here, and we'll go over it real quick. It's something that I've wanted forever. Deputy P knows. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it's yeah, it's something. So I'll let you guys see it. This is a 1994 Toyota pickup. And she is rough. Oh, she is rough. See my pupper dog in there. He's all freaking loving it. Give you guys a little. It was in the process of getting fixed up. The gate does shut. I'm not doing it right now with two hands. It was in the process of getting fixed up, and then he creamed a tree with it. The fellow that owned it. So yeah, luckily with these things, they're pretty cheap to make look decent, because the front fenders for it are around 35 bucks. Biggest thing that I'm having a problem with is box, finding one of them in the door. But doors are out there, boxes really aren't. Doors are just a little bit pricey. But there she is. She's got the what is it, 3.0 in it. Cab's not too horrible. It does have a little bit of cancer down on the yeah, what do they call that, rocker panels. But all in all, he actually did put a new gate on it. This is new, the cover's not, but the gate was new before he creamed the tree, so I don't know how much is actually boogered up with that. I love it. Yeah. Runs, drives great. Needs a muffler. He did a fuel tank, brake lines, fuel lines, that type of thing. Keep my dog from getting out here. I'll show you guys the inside. Oh, tearing this off here. There we go. So, kind of show you guys. It is missing the clock. I've got one of them coming. This is actually for the plow. It's an electric plow for it. Did come with all that. Engine light. Everything seems to work. 155,000 on it. Park and brake is the only thing that I've seen so far, besides the obviously right rear tail lights. Got the full thing for the plow. I might actually convert the plow itself over to the side-by-side and do a usable restoration on this. Windshield broke. There's not too much that isn't broke in it, but it's a good runner. That's 90% of it, and the frame's awesome, and can't beat the price of it, as a matter of fact. Can I turn this camera around? Nope. All right, so hopefully the camera's in the right spot. I went over my neighbor. I've actually been picturing him probably about 2 years now. See what he wanted to do with it, because he always used it to plow, but he hasn't really had to plow since I moved in, because I'd always go over and have something, either the new side-by-side with a plow, or this year was the tractor. I went over there with a 318 a couple times too. So I'd been sitting. And I asked him, and he's had quite a few offers on it. People up here, these aren't, they're not around very much, because we live in the Northeast. It's salt and everything else, so it kills these trucks. Everybody knows the frame issues they had. This one has a good frame. I don't know if it had been replaced or not. She's pretty flaked up, but it doesn't have any holes. It doesn't from what I've seen at least. We're gonna end up going through that. But I ended up yesterday going over because he wanted a load of manure. So I have an uncle that owns quite a few cattle, and I just had to find a dump truck type of deal. So I went over, met with one of the neighbors, see what he wanted for price to use a dump truck, and got him a load of manure. Went over with my tractor. He had a rock in his garden. All he was doing was putting a little bit of manure in his garden there for the vegetables and whatnot. So I went over, and the rock was too big for me to move with the loader, but I ended up getting underneath it, and we got a 4x4 underneath it. So then I wrapped the chain around it, and we basically pulled it up 10 feet, 10 feet. Really wasn't much, but he just wanted to push the garden out a little bit further. And when I got done, he said, hey, if you're still interested in that truck, it's all yours, Buck. So I got her, and like I said, between the 318s, the chainsaws, the lawnmowers, the four-wheelers, the house, oh man, I love projects. And this is something that I've always wanted. My dad had 3 of these back when I was a kid, and just being in here, smelling the truck, I don't know what it is. If it's the plastic that has the, just something about these older trucks. They have I don't know. It's just a little piece of your childhood, I guess. But my dad had a couple of these in the 22R, and yeah. So either way, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks, and God bless.